Hi and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a business fillable form in Word. So let's open a new document. So I'm just using a normal A4 default document. My cursor's at the top here and I'm just going to hit the return key a few times and then go up to Insert, Table, Insert Table, and I'm going to have two columns. So I'm just going to highlight the 5 and press 2. And number of rows will be 20 and just press OK. Now we've got our table in. I'm just going to grab this central line here and I'm just going to move that over to the left. And then I'm going to click on this top left square. I'm going up to table layout, and in the height here, this is your row height. I'm just going to select the number, press 1 and click OK. And what that's done, it's made the height of your rows 1 centimetre tall, giving you a little bit of extra space to put your text without it feeling too cramped. So now I'm going to go back up here, and in this section here, this is where you can tell Word where you like your text in your cell, whether it's aligned to the left, the right, the centre, and you can select one of these. So at the moment I'm going to select align to centre left, and then I can click in the top one and begin to type. Now I'm going to use the top row as my title, so I'm actually going to select these two cells and merge them together. Go up to Table Design and go to Merge Cells, and then we can begin to type in here. And then for this cell, I'm actually going to center align it. So whilst my cursor's in there, I'm just going to go up to Center Align. Then I'm going to put my first title. And then I'm going to begin to type the rest of my information in these cells here. But I'm actually going to paste mine in because I'm sure you don't want to see me type. And then in the next one here, I'm going to put in my second title, and then again my second set of information, my third title, and then my next set of information or questions. Now it doesn't look very good at the moment, so what we're going to do is select the entire table. We're going to go up to font and we're going to select a slightly different font. Then with the title, we're going to select the title, change it to bold, and use this tool here to increase our font size. Then we're going to select the title, so I'm going to select this one. I'm going to hold my Command or Control key down on my keyboard, select this one and select this one. And then again, I'm going to go up and increase my font size and click bold. So I'm just going to select this cell here. I'm going to increase it to 1.5, press enter. Same with this one, 1.5, and the same with this one here. So now I'm going to use a little bit of color to differentiate each section. So I'm going to select these set of cells, go to Table Design, and then I'm going to go to Shading and pick a color of my choice. So I'm going to select this one here, and then I'm going to select these. The color's already selected here, so I'm just going to click, and again here, and just click. This is all in Table Design. Next, I'm going to select this set of cells, go to the Home tab, go to Font Color, select white, do the same with this section here, white, and the final section at the bottom here, and select white. Then I'm going to select my entire table, go to Table Design, go along to Borders, and first of all I'm just going to get rid of all of my borders and deselect. And now I'm just going to select this set of cells here, go back up to Borders and select all borders, and then do the same with this section, select all borders, and the same with this section here, all borders. Perfect. So that's basically my table sorted, but it's a little bit close to the top here because I need to put in the graphics. So I'm just going to pop my cursor here, move it down, and give myself a little extra space at the top. So I'm now going to put in the graphics, and then I'm going to show you how to make it digital by using the Developer tab, which I'll talk to you about in a second. So go to Insert, go to Shapes, and go down to this moon shape here, click and draw out a moon. Don't worry about your graph underneath. You can see the moon's got a slight outline to it. So in shape format, go along to outline, select no outline, shape fill, and select the color of your choice. And then we can turn this shape around. Now what you'll find is that this shape doesn't really fit our design, because if I put it up here, we only get a slight element of this shape showing through, and we want it really to go across our page. So extending it doesn't quite work because you can see how it doesn't really fit. So what we can do is we can actually change this shape slightly. Let's make it slightly bigger. And if it doesn't still work, then select it, go to shape format, go to this tool here, go to edit points. And you can see now we've got an outline which is red. Click on one of these black markers and pull, and it will actually change the shape of your graphic. And now we've got more flexibility with that graphic. Once we've done that, I'm going to copy and paste it. Hold down the Alt or Option key, click and drag. You can see I've made a separate one. Select this top one, go to shape fill, select another colour of your choice, doesn't matter what it is. I'm going to pull that one down slightly, and we're going to move this one up here. Try and select the bottom one. What we can do is just turn that round ever so slightly, because we want to make this sort of dark effect at the top here. Let's select them both, hold the Command or Control key down, select them both, and we can just move them up a bit so it's not blocking this section off here. Then we can copy and paste again. And then this time we can just turn this one round, and then we can use it to pop on the corner over here. Go to send backwards, click on the drop down and select center back. And you can see you've got this nice little graphic at the top here. Perfect. So once you're happy with your graphics, select your first cell, and we're going to make this digital so that your user can fill out this information without destroying the rest of the form. So you need the developer tab up here. If you don't have it, just go to Word, Preferences, Ribbon and Toolbar. Over on Customize the ribbon, go down to the bottom, make sure Developers checked, and then click Save. Then your developer tab will appear in the top here. Select it, and here are all your options for making this a fillable form. So for this section here, you can clearly see that most of this you just want your user to type in basic information, name, address, etc. So for this you just want a normal text box. If you click, you can see we've got this grey rectangle that's entered into your cell. If you want to customize it, you can right click and go down to Properties. And in here you've got a number of different options. You've got your text options here, and also you can limit the amount of characters that will go in this cell here. So if you only want to limit it to this cell, then what you can do is that you can simply start typing numbers all the way to the end, and then you can add up how many numbers you've got until the end here. I'd leave it short a little bit, and then you can decide how many you want in your cell. So let's go to text box, and let's go down to Properties, and let's say limit that to 20 characters, and you can select your text format. You can go to title case, upper and lower. Let's just put the first letter capital. Field settings at the bottom here, you don't have to worry about that, then just simply click OK, and now that's set. And if you protect the form and your user begins to type, then they'll only be able to put 20 characters in. Unprotect the form. Now when you tend to delete everything, you have to redo it, so we'll just go back in and redo that. Now to make this easier, what you can do is copy and paste this, Command or Control C. You can see it's already selected. You can select the following cells, Command or Control V, and then go to table layout, and you can go to align to center left. You can also do that with the next section and paste that in, Command or Control V, and again align it using this tool. And finally I'm going to paste it into the top one, and to this one as well. But with these two, we're going to put in a little drop down menu. So select your cell, go to the developer tab and go to combo box. And then what we can do is right click and go to properties. And here you've got a slightly different menu. So in here, I'm going to type, first of all, my title, which is select one. So your user knows what they need to do. They need to select something in this table. Then just press enter. So then you can start typing. And then just press enter. And then if you've got them slightly confused, you can use these arrows to move them up or down. And make sure your title is at the top. Go down to bookmark, just name it something. And then click OK. And here's your drop down. And if we protect the form, you can see this little arrow appears. Click on the drop down and you can see you've got these selections here. Go and do that one for this one here. So unprotect the form, go down to the bottom, go down to combo box, right click, go to properties, pop in your text, click OK, name it, click OK, and there you have your final drop down. Protect the form, click on the box and just check your options. Perfect. So just one thing to note here. If I protect the form, it means that if I try to edit anything in this form, I can't click on it. So if I click at the top here, my cursor goes and jumps to the first box because Word knows that nothing else in the document can be touched and your user can simply only type in these elements here. Now, if you don't like these grey boxes, what you can do is you can go to shading and just switch them off. But obviously all of the text boxes are still there. You can see the ones at the bottom here. Or you can switch the shading on so that you know it's there. If you want to go back in and edit the rest of this form, you just unprotect it. You can see all of these are no longer greyed out. You can go in and do all of your customizations. And then when your user wants to use the form or you want to send it, you simply protect the form and then you can send it to your user. You can obviously save this as a template if you want to. Go to File, Save as Template. You can name it whatever you like. Make sure it's in templates and again make sure it's in Word templates and click save. If you don't want to go ahead and do this yourself, there is a link in the description below for where you can download it. But I hope this has helped you today. If it has, please like and subscribe and have a great day.